Hello, I am Archivist Aaron, and welcome to my study. And today, we are back once more to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, I've been sitting here trying to figure out what I want to do with the abilities, but it's been difficult, because when I was looking at the stealth abilities, like when it came to these bars here, I was thinking, oh, it would be a good idea to have like a stealth bar where, I have my 4 best stealth abilities, and then my combat bar where I have my combat abilities. And that was a good enough idea, right? But then I kind of went through and realized, you know, Call to Arms, I don't know when I would use this, even during stealth. Like, it seems like that would just get the entire fort if I was trying to break into a place to attack my lieutenant, and I don't know if they can die. So, I don't know if I would use that. But, like, Hero Strike, that's in the stealth tree, but it's a combat ability. Okay, fair enough. Slow Time. Once again, in the stealth tree, but that seems very much like something I would just use in combat. I mean, maybe? I mean, it's only for 5 seconds, but maybe I'd be able to use it to, like, run up and assassinate 2 enemies before they have enough time to see me, but I don't know if that's how that works, because here it's just showing an example of a combat setting. Really, Stealth Master and Shadow of Nyx are pretty much the only 2 that might be considered stealth abilities, so I might get those and throw them on the stealth bar, but that leaves 1 slot empty still. Once again, Vanish, you'd use that in the middle of combat to get back into stealth. It's not really something you use during stealth. So, most of this isn't actually going to be helpful in a stealth situation, so I need to figure out what I'm doing with the 2 bars, because you can only switch between them. You can't, like, have them set to different key bindings so you can use them both simultaneously, which kind of becomes an issue, because there's a lot more combat abilities than there are stealth abilities, and having to switch between them in the middle of combat might be a little difficult. But I could probably just get the hang of it. But either way, now that I have overpower attacks, which seem pretty powerful, all in all, I should also probably get Fury of the Bloodline to be able to, regenerate a lot of adrenaline quickly in combat. Because if I use this on someone, then that gives me a free use of this, because it takes adrenaline to use this, and it gives adrenaline to use this. So these 2 can kind of go hand in hand. But we have 2 ability points. What I want to do first is upgrade the spear, because I forgot to do that before. So what we're gonna do, we're here on the island with the Nemean lion already. It's literally there. That's it. But I was thinking I could run up, grab this thing, the synchronization point, and then teleport back over to here, upgrade the spear again, and then pop back down here to the sync point and just run to the lion. Because the lion is what we're really here for. But we kind of want that spear to be upgraded before I spend these ability points, just so I know that I'm getting the best abilities possible. Also, why is this guy going absolute, like, fisticuffs with a boar right now? Like, since when was that a good idea? Hey, you dang boar. Stop killing people. That's not very nice. And I have plenty of experience killing boars. Thank you very much. Alright. Oh, there's another man-eating boar. But, it's not my problem. I've hit my boar quota for the day. And, I think it's something I need to work on. Hi, unknown man. How's it going? I tend to... Man, I thought being on the horse would be faster, but this is taking us directly away from the synchronization point. So we're just going to climb right up this cliff and summon the horse up there, if it's flat enough. But I tend to try to save NPCs a little too often, I think. And I end up spending a lot of time just killing random animals that are slaughtering NPCs. And it's like, sure, it's usually a good thing to try to save people, But at the same time, I feel like I get really carried away with it, because it, in the end, does not matter. I mean, they're just NPCs that aren't actually doing anything, and them dying has no actual difference to the gameplay. So, I don't think that I need to spend much time doing it. But it's like a compulsion, you know? You see a boar killing random people, you're just like, I gotta save them. Alright, so we got this. I've never been to this landmass before. Well, it's kind of the mainland, so I've been to the landmass, but not been to this portion of it. Impossible to just walk right past. I know, right? It's like you, on one half of your brain, you just don't care, but the other half is like, man, I can't leave them with that bloodthirsty boar. It's like it doesn't matter, but I want to help. Okay, well, let's go back here. Don't just mark it. Teleport there. And then we'll upgrade the spear, see if we can get any new abilities, because I think the main abilities I want require spear level 5. I don't know if I can upgrade it twice, or just the once. I have killed a lot of cult members lately, but we'll have to see. I kind of doubt that we're going to be able to upgrade it twice, because there's still a lot of cult members out there. But one can't help but to dream. Also, they really make you run a long ways. And like, you know, you couldn't have fast traveled out to the thing. Only fast travel to the door, huh? It seems a little, you know, time ineffective there, Cassandra. Because now I gotta watch you jog your way in here. And you know, I always judge characters in these kinds of settings where you can't sprint. And it's like, why can't you sprint? But at the same time, they are, like, jogging consistently in armor for probably in-game months at a time.
Synchronizing retransmission chronicity. Contact engaged.
What they said. Alright, it's even glowier now. Good. Can I do it again? Evidently no. Let's see. That was a lot of XP though. Because yeah, spear level 4. It doesn't really tell me how many I need to get to the next level, I don't think. You just kind of need to wait until it tells you that you can upgrade it. But yeah, so I guess we'll just go with whatever looks best. I think getting Fury of the Bloodline would be good, so I can kind of jump between these two. And then I have a bit more, like, one per finished branch, maybe. I mean, it's at level 4 now, and I don't think if you add up all of these, it makes 4 branches, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 14, and each of the branches, it's 5 members, plus a main one. So we definitely have not defeated 4 full branches. So I'm assuming it's exponential to a degree, where each level gets harder to unlock than the last, because if this is 4 levels and there's only 2 levels left, then those last 2 levels I'm going to need to kill a lot of cultists to unlock. So we'll see. But I'm gonna get this, so I have a nice little, like, go-between with these two. And I could upgrade this. Oh, we have another, because we leveled up from leveling up the spear. Okay. We could get both of these to 2, and then really test out how well that goes. And because this does 5 attacks, I wonder if I do fire and then do that, if it'll actually, like, put fire on them by doing the attack. Maybe. And yeah, it's based on the artifact fragments, which you get from killing the cultists, I believe. It's like, yeah, you look at this guy as an artifact fragment. I wonder if all of them do, or if only some of them do. Well, that one we don't have unlocked yet. So yeah, you do your you know, not just one that we kill and get the artifact fragment. So out of all the ones we've seen, they all have artifact fragments on them. How many do I have now? That's a good question. Let's see. Paper. Right now we have 3. But I assume they're getting used up as I, you know, upgrade my spear. Oh, shiny bracelet. Do we still have our ghoulery, or do we sell that? I don't know. 6 more for another upgrade? Okay, well, we don't even have 6 more cultists unlocked yet. We could go and kill this guy. Where's he? Because he might give us another hint towards another cultist. Oh, but he's like way out of the way. We'll deal with him later. First of all, we're going back here and getting that Nemean lion. I wonder if overpower attacks work on a lion. Probably not, right? I don't know. 6 more for 1 upgrade and 22 more for level 6. Okay. They'd better give me something real special at level 6. If I'm getting 22 fragments for that 1 level. Because, I mean, everything that I've seen is, like, get to level 5 to upgrade it more. So, it seems like all the fun stuff is at level 5. I don't know what 6 will give us. But we'll see. Alright. Lion's right down there. Oh, and now we level up. Even though I'm pretty sure that's just from earlier, right? We don't actually have... Oh, right, we never actually upgraded these again. I was like, how do we still have 2 points? It's because we didn't actually upgrade these. So, yeah. So now that has increased damage, and that's just press R to use it. 28 more cultists, pretty much all of them. I think it is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Everyone except Deimos is 28 more cultists. So, yeah, that's pretty much all of them. Alright, and I switched this around, so I'm going to need to remember that poison, like heal is no longer on 2, that's on 1. I switched heal to 1, because usually in Asheron's Call, I have 1 be my panic button. So like on a mage, I have assign heal to the 1 button, and on a melee person, I put an Aphis Lassel portal gem on the 1 button, so it teleports me out of there if I'm in dire straits. So 1 being the heal button in this makes a lot of sense. So I'll need to remember that. 2 is then this to generate adrenaline. 3 and 4 are my weapon buffs. So we'll try to remember that. And then over here still only as this. But we'll work on that later. Alright. Now let's go kill a lion. You think we could sneak up on the lion? Get a sneak attack on it? Probably not, right? I mean, it's a lion. Oh, thank you for the follow. D Little 1982. But yes. We might switch to our assassination build just in case. Let's see. I almost pressed escape there. I'm getting better at not pressing escape. There we go, assassination build. Let's see if we can at least get a number 4 attack on him. You know, a ranged stealth attack. Because maybe. I'm not sure if you can sneak attack animals like that, but I assume you'd be able to. I mean, it's a lion with an invincible mane with a hide. It's not like it has supervision, right? Not supervision as in like someone supervising it. I mean supervision as in it can see very well. That makes it very confusing, doesn't it? Well, it's not targeting any of these things for me to be able to press the number 4 on them. Right now I'm behind them. Nope. Definitely not gonna work. Alright. Because the second you jump in there, they just see you immediately. So, back to business. Can you get up, please? Thank you. Alright. I never imagined the Nemean lion being albino. I guess just a white lion. I guess there might... Ow. Just be one of those. So let's... Not tab. I meant to press the button to switch. Oh, and tab doesn't close. That's always, like, a pet peeve of mine, is when a button opens a menu but doesn't close it. Like, if M opens the map, M should close the map, you know? But here, I was, like, pressing tab, I'm like, why is it not going away? Alright. Let me... try. Okay. That hit once. How about this one? Okay, so I can hit them with one big ol' attack. How did you get so injured? Did I accidentally graze you with that attack earlier? So yeah, I can hit them with an overpower attack. It just isn't going to be very effective. Because it has no like actual animation for it, unlike against human enemies. Get out of here. Get on fire, Nemean lion. No one likes you. Except everyone I mean, who doesn't like the Nemean lion? Yeah, it does a lot of damage, but... it has good range. Yeah, that's a good combo. Ow. I was looking down. So let me get poison going. So far, not nearly as scary as the boar. I'm a little disappointed. I mean, look how much damage it doesn't do. And look how much damage it's taking. I expected a lot more from you, invincible Nemean lion. I mean, come on. It also has iframes. Okay. That's actually overpowered. I mean, it is called overpower attacks, but I didn't think they were meaning it literally. They're just like, hey, this is an overpowered attack, just so you know. Where are you going? Oh, look at that damage. Especially when it crits. That's some big numbers. Don't you be roaring at me. Oh, I missed. Stop stumbling around all over the place. You're making it so I can't hit you properly. That's very rude. Get back. Why are you just roaring? Okay. At least that's something else. Can't hide forever. Man. How is the boar so much harder than the Nemean lion? Was Hercules just kind of a wimp? I mean, maybe Hercules wasn't as strong as everyone purports him to be. Because that was easy. I mean, I didn't even have to use my heal throughout that whole thing. I think I just healed up naturally. Unless the real Nemean lion's in this cave. Maybe that's the secret. No. No, it's just loot. Okay. Alright, well. Easy. I guess. I was expecting a you know, boar level threat, but, wasn't even close. I mean, we died like 4 times to the boar, if not more. This one was just, you know, 1 attempt, no healing. Hey dude, I killed a lion. You probably shouldn't be walking around here anyway though, because I mean, if I hadn't killed the lion, you would be walking directly into their den. Alright, well you do you, I guess. Have fun standing next to a den full of dead lions. So that was it. That was the Aminal. I expected a lot more. Are there any other animals around our level now? We killed the Nemean lion and whatever that is. They're all a bit too high level, though. The next one would be the bull, it looks like. Alright, then. Well, we will hunt that down when the time gets here. And we have the Lightning Bringer bounty. We ran into this guy randomly earlier. That was the big Cyclops dude. Apparently there's a support quest? Who knows? I certainly don't. But we have a lot of quests to be doing. Oh, the arena. I remember the arena. Right, we were gonna be looking around places. Oh, it says right here how many fragments we need. Okay, that's useful. I didn't even notice that that was a quest. But let's go talk to this guy, because that's the next thing in our main quest. And it's around our level, so... Argolis. So you're saying that our goal is to go to Argolis. Alright. And where exactly is that? I mean, is that a... Okay. The city of Argos. Argolis is right here. We're already in it. Okay. That is actually the best place for it to hide, is because I would not expect the zone I'm already in to be the zone I have to go to. It's the perfect crime. So I guess we're gonna go there. I don't know what this city is called, but we need to find a city called Argos, which might be this one. Yeah, that's Argos. Because I remember I'd already been there. I remember actually being at Argos, and this we already had a thing for, so I was like, that's probably Argos. So let's go up and grab this, and then head up to Argos. And we need to go to the northeastern part of the city, which is not very close to where we're going to be approaching it from, because we're coming from the south. But that's fine. We'll figure it out. But synchronization points always come first. Although, no matter how many I end up going around and collecting, there's always more. It's a very large map they have us exploring. And I'm very hesitant to call my horse in here, but I probably should.
Let's go.
It'll probably make it a lot faster unless right over here is just a cliff, which usually it is. That's why I'm hesitant to call the horse in. Because every time I call up the horse, it's just, it throws a cliff right in front of me. And then I have to make a big detour every time. So we're not gonna... I mean, luckily we've got no cliffs here. Just yet, at least. It looks like a straight shot.
The sanctuary of Asclepios, god of medicine. I'd rather trust a physician than a god to heal me.
I mean, why not both? Oh, it is under construction, it would seem. I do wonder if the roof on these things were actually made of wood like this. Because it looks a little weird to have a big old stone structure like this, and then having just wood paneling for the roof. And I guess it looks like it has a layer of stone and then wood on top of it, but kind of weird. But let's go here next, which is that direction. Alright, we'll get out of the city before calling the horse again. Just because it's slow in cities. Who said I have you now? I think people are just fighting for some reason. Is it Spartans? I don't even know. Who are you guys fighting? Who even is that? Oh, that does look like a Spartan. Alright. Well, interesting. I thought maybe there was a bounty hunter after me. But apparently not. It is just a random conflict. Come on, horsey. Let's get out of here. Just use the force to levitate myself up onto the horse. It's fine. Oh no. I should have remembered that horses are illegal. But it's fine. We'll come back and kill you guys later. We have places to be. Can't just clear out every random camp that I run across. You know. Why are you moving so slow? Move faster, horsey.
The mighty Tyrants. Built by the Cyclopses. Or so the legend goes.
And it would be Cyclopes. Cassandra doesn't even know the plural of her own mythological creatures. Dang it, Cassandra. And the funny thing is, I think the subtitles were actually correct on the spelling of the plural. It's just the voice actress wasn't correct on the pronunciation of the plural, I think. As far as I've heard. I mean, she has more of an accent than I do, so maybe I should just trust her judgment on it. But I think with my, you know, extensive mythology nerding out that I've done in my life, that it is Cyclopes, not Cyclopses. But what do I know? Alright. Why are you always trying to land on top of people? Now we can go north, and we're trying to go... There's an oracle. Because this is northeastern. Oh, south of the Bloody Oracle. So, I don't know. That building. We're just gonna say it's that specific building. Horsey, come on. Let's get going that direction then. Don't run over the puppy. Alright, and it's just gonna be slow the whole time, I'm assuming. So, it'll be fine. Why are the soldiers yelling at everyone? I mean, even when they're their own citizens, the guy's just yelling, "Will you just move?" Like, come on, man. It's easy enough to dodge people when you're on a horse, and honestly, they move out of the way a lot more than they have to. Like that guy. I'm going at like a moderate speed, and that guy literally jumps backwards so hard that he skids on his back across the ground, and you're upset that people don't move out of the way fast enough. That's a very exciting bull, huh? That's definitely what they're cheering about, is that bull, you know, was passing by. They're very excited about it.
That's Hippocrates' clinic.
Alright. Well then let's head over that way. I should just get off the horse. It is hard to navigate. Yeah, and I think I'm even faster just running. And then we can just climb up this.
But priestess,
Hi. What are you guys talking about?
Look,
I
you
kind of just barged in.
insignificant peon. Tell me where he is, or by Ira, I'll burn this clinic to the ground with you in it.
I already told you what I know.
I don't ask much. Hippocrates must show humility to ensure public order. Prostrate himself before the gods and declare that his skills are gods given.
But that won't help his patients. It'll just take him away from his work.
If Hippocrates thinks he can disrupt social order to make himself into a demigod of healing, well, perhaps the gods themselves will have their revenge.
Also, I like that her name is Crisis, because she is indeed causing a crisis here.
I'm sure there's no need for raised voices.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Your mom.
I'm looking for a man named Hippocrates.
Yet another crazed follower of the madman himself. Tell your impious master that unless he makes a public apology, and soon, this priestess of Ira will gather an army of faithful and shut him down. Out of my way.
Oh, thank all the gods she's gone. I thought she was going to kill me this time.
What's going
That would
on?
be murder. She can't do
I
that.
am Sostratos. Chrysis has accused my master Hippocrates of impiety.
Is he impious?
He believes that beyond praying, people can take their health into their own hands and make themselves well.
That's true.
Fascinating. Can I speak with him?
I'm sorry, he isn't here.
Yeah,
I
where
need
is
to
he
meet
then?
Hippocrates. Is he in Argolis at least?
Yes, but he's gone southeast of Hera's watch to help the sick and injured.
Alright.
I'll
Well, I'll
find
go
him.
find him.
If you're going to meet Hippocrates, could I trouble you with a small errand?
Everyone
Depends
does.
what it is.
I want you to bring him some equipment. He was in such a hurry, he left it behind.
Oh, that's no good. Yeah, sure, I'll take
I could
it.
bring that to Hippocrates.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, why
I'll be
not?
sure he gets the equipment.
You have my thanks.
How will I know when I've found Hippocrates?
Follow the road southeast of Hera's watch to the cave of Pan. He won't have set up far from it. Look for a long line of sick people. He's balding, but I wouldn't mention that if I were you.
Alright then. Yeah, I don't know why I would ask for money to take supplies to someone that I'm already going to see. Like, you know,
So many sick people.
that's like if I'm
Can one
going to
man
the
help
store
all of them?
and someone's like, "Hey man, can you like pick me up a pizza while you're at the store?" And I'm just like, "Ah, if you pay me to do it." Like, I'm already gonna be there. It's literally no extra trouble for me to just take something with me while I go. I know I'm a mercenary, so I'm not supposed to do stuff for free, but still, like, that's... I mean, the guy gave me information as to where the person I'm looking for is. So it's the least I could do to pay him back, right? So let's head out that way. So do I have lifesteal on my weapons that I forgot about at some point? Because during the lions fight, I feel like I was regenerating without ever using the healing skill. Stop spinning in random directions, horse. Just go up the stairs. Thank you.
Easy.
Okay, we're here. Another synchronization point. I'm getting a lot of these today. And then he should be just right nearby. Right over that way. Is my horse still here? Yeah. Stay there, horse. No, don't move. Don't move. Why are you going in there? Come here. Okay, yeah, just climb right over the brazier. It's fine. Oh, we have to go that way. How we're gonna do that, I'm not sure.
I should stay hidden if I don't.
Sorry, I
want to fight.
forgot horses are illegal. They saw my horse and were just like, nope, you're not allowed in here, sorry. You know, they're very rude to horses. I don't get it. Alright, here we are.
I thought they were exaggerating when they said people from all around came to see
So, what has caused this man's condition?
It's a good question.
Of phlegm, Doctor.
In the immediate sense, yes. But more importantly, he suffers from neglect.
Neglect?
Good food, warm clothing, so much could have helped. But since other caretakers assumed his condition was a punishment from the gods, they neglected him.
That's fair.
challenging tradition. You must be Hippocrates.
Yes, I'm also very busy.
This will only take a moment. I won't keep you away from your patients. And your students?
Observation, experience, and experimentation are crucial for treatment. My
'Tis
followers are
true.
learning that.
I've come from your clinic in Argos. So Stratos asked me to give you this.
I knew I forgot some things. So Stratos is a good physician, but a better apprentice there is none. Did you ask him to pay you for this delivery?
No. I knew this would help you and your patients. That's good enough for me.
It's
Quite
true.
admirable. What did you say your name was?
Jim.
Cassandra of Sparta.
That too.
Well met, Cassandra of Sparta. What do you need?
I go by many names.
I've been searching for a Spartan woman.
What makes you think I would know her?
I was told you may have helped her a long time ago.
Maybe the priests at the sanctuary of Asclepios can help. They keep detailed records of all who passed through.
Please, Hippocrates, I came very far to meet you.
As did this patient, and the one before him, and the one before her. My patients need me, but my notes on diseases of the mind were taken. Retrieve them, and I will help you find what you seek.
Okay.
Hurry, this patient doesn't have much time left.
Sure. Said not to mention you're bald. Why would I mention that he said not to mention it? And why am I assuming that it's her that took the notes? Why am making, like... Why are all of these, like, blunders? Yeah, where do you think the
Where
notes
should I
are?
look
That's like
for
the
your
only good
notes?
option here.
For Tyrins, not far from here. Perhaps they'll return them if you ask.
Or they could prepare for a new battle. With me.
Far be it for me to tell Amistios how to work, but please, for my sake, do not kill needlessly. Enough blood has been shed in this war.
I'll do my best with what you've told me.
Good luck.
Needlessly.
We're depending on you.
I don't know if it would be needless. Like, come on. There's plenty of need to kill everyone and everything. I mean, look at that. Rewards XP. That's need enough for me. You know? Yeah, and definitely the writing is a bit weird when it comes to dialogue. The story, as you just said, is fine, but the dialogue itself gets really confusing. Because, yeah, I don't know. If someone told me not to mention that someone was bald, and the first dialogue option is, haha, you're bald. Like, that is not good social behavior there, Cassandra. Like, what are you doing? Why is that even an option? I mean, honestly, it probably had some humorous dialogue to it, but that's just so socially inept to say that I just couldn't bring myself to actually pick that option, even if it would have been
Perhaps
funny.
his notes are well guarded. Why?
Well, they're not going to be well guarded by the time I'm done with them. Yeah, I know he said not to kill needlessly, but I am so going to clear this entire place out. Because I need XP, and I want to kill things. And then I'll go back and tell him, hey, I didn't kill anyone, just like you asked. And then he'll be happy. Everyone will be happy. Because these guys will be dead, so they don't count. And the only person who's still alive will be none the wiser. See, it all works out. So there's a guy there. Let me just move a bit, you know, further into the fort. Just so I can find the rest of the guys. I am liking the improved perception on this bad boy. Because it makes it so I have to be a lot less precise. But it is still hard to find all the guys. Someday I hope I can just look in the vague direction of a fort and every single person just gets targeted immediately. That would be nice. Okay, and of course first we need to switch our gear. Because of course we do. Secondhand cringe, it's true. Happens a lot. I do hope that, you know, as a writer, none of my dialogue ends up making people cringe through secondhand embarrassment. But it is hard to tell what's gonna do that. That guy is coming right for us. Let's hide behind these things here. Okay. He's looking that way. You're all looking that way. No one's coming down this way. If we can just quickly get down here, obliterate you, and then we go up there and obliterate him. Just climb, Cassandra, come on. Coming from someone who has never done a day of climbing in their life, it's not that hard. And where's that guy? There's a guy like right over there. Is that him? Did he move down this way? Could have sworn there was a guy coming on the opposite side of this wall. Like right over there. I guess. I don't know, he might have moved the other way. Who knows? And I guess I kind of have done climbing. I've climbed ropes. I was in a parkour class at one point to learn, you know, how to parkour. And they had us climbing ropes at that point. So I've done that. Are you gonna need? Yeah, you're gonna need a full stealth. There we go. How was the course? It was actually really good. I had a lot of fun with it. It was when I was much younger, and I was in the class with my friend at the time. We're not friends anymore, but we were good friends at the time, and we did the course together. It was very nice. Don't be screaming like that, or people might hear you. You can't do that. Alright. There's one more guard over here somewhere? Did he move away as well? Maybe. But yeah, we did all sorts of things. It was technically, the specific course we were in wasn't just for parkour specifically. It was for American Ninja Warrior type training, if you've ever heard of that show. So we did a lot of the things that were on that, like, you know, rope climbing. There was a salmon ladder, technically. We never got to that point of proficiency, because that's one of the tough ones. But there's, like, the stuttered steps, you know, where there's, like, the platforms at a 45-degree angle a good distance away from each other, and we had to jump between those. You know, it was a lot of fun. You know, good exercise. We also ran around the building, and I was the best at running around the building. I was very fast. But that's just because I'm a natural sprinter, and I basically have no jog option. So, you know, it's kind of more of a problem than a blessing. College welding courses, really? Nice. I took some courses in culinary and veterinary medicine in high school. Alright then. That looks pretty funny when he just disappears halfway down. But yeah, so those courses definitely help, because in the veterinary class, I got my CPR license, which technically isn't still up to date. I should probably get that renewed. Probably. But I did have it at one point, and I'm gonna count that as good enough if I ever need to use it. I don't know what the legality of it is, like if you need to have an up-to-date license to do it, but I still know the training, so why not use it if it's an emergency, you know? It's a good thing to know. There's a guy over here, and he's not looking. Yeah, CPR license is very important to have, even though the thing that they usually... Where am I going? The thing they usually don't tell you is that CPR sadly only works in, like, I don't remember the number, but it was like 10% of cases or something. Like, even if you get CPR, there's a very high chance that you're not gonna make it. But in those small percentage of chances that it does save a life, it's worth it to know. But yeah, you know, it turns out when your heart, you know, isn't beating, it's just not a good thing, or you're probably not going to be doing too well. Who would have guessed? Oh, this guy's coming this way, but he's behind a barrier. We should be fine. It's changed a bit in Alaska. Oh, they've changed the CPR rules or something. I guess that would make sense as to why you would want an up-to-date license then, if they do change the rules sometimes. I do remember... You see nothing? During the CPR stuff, I think they were talking about how in a lot of cases, rescue breaths aren't always the best way to go. Even though I think it used to be taught that the rescue breaths are necessary for each situation, but I think more recently they've become less taught as a necessity. But of course it all depends on the situation and how long you have to give CPR for, because, you know, of course if it's a short amount of time, then rescue breaths aren't necessary because there's still oxygen in the system, but eventually you're going to need to give those breaths. Additionally, I remember they used to teach, you know, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, but I know they now have, like, these masks that you're supposed to be able to use with, you know, first aid kits and stuff that make it so you don't actually need to do mouth-to-mouth. You just breathe into the mask, and you have the mask over their mouth and nose, and it does it for you. Because, you know... I guess when you're trying to save someone's life, germs are probably the thing you're worried most about, right? I mean, you know, personally, I'm a very much, like, squeamish person when it comes to other people's germs, but even I am just like, you know, I don't care at that point. That's like the one situation that I wouldn't bother with caring about that stuff, because it's like, you know, the person's dying, so why would I care? Mostly just focused on the palpitations. Oh, that guy turned around right quick. You see nothing. I'm behind a stack of bricks that is very conveniently right here. Man, these guys treat these, like, walkways along the walls at, like, a freaking grocery store. You see nothing. You know what, I'm gonna go over here real quick. Nice little teleport spell to get out of that guy's line of sight right quick. You know, the most idiotic thing is when people, like, sue you for CPR and stuff like that. Like, have you heard the case of that one lady that sued a guy because she considered it, like, sexual assault, that he dragged her body out of the water when she was drowning? And she's just like, he moved my body in a way I didn't consent to, so I'm suing him. It's like, you do know that there are Good Samaritan laws that protect this guy for saving your life. I mean, it is quite literally like in the Incredibles, when the guy was just like, he didn't save my life, he ruined my death, you know? That whole thing, it's like, there would be Good Samaritan laws, and there'd probably be hero laws in a world that has, you know, heroes as a regular thing. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do try to get around the Good Samaritan laws, but even so, it's like, why would you want to? I mean, unless you are, like in The Incredibles, where you're trying to die and someone saves you, why would you ever hate someone for, you know, saving your life? It's like, that's just... Yeah, and that's true. The IRL police do their best to prevent that from happening. And even if you go to a hospital, they will be forced to basically lock you in a room with supervision until they're sure that you won't harm yourself. So it is quite common for people to use force to stop that from happening. And yet, the guy in The Incredibles is just like, nope, I'm suing him for it. It's like, no, you can't do that. That's procedure. And sure, you know, he like broke every bone in his body, but that's what happens when you jump off a building. Even if you get caught, that's, you know, and jumping off a building is not going to be healthy for you. Who would have guessed? Alright, so we got this guy left. Make sure to break those if we care about nation power, which we probably don't. Can't drop on him. That is unfortunate. We'll have to go around this way and just hope he doesn't turn around at any point. Oh, and now he's leaving. Oh, hey. Nation chest. I'll be taking that. It's like, I don't even care about lowering the nation power of this place. I'm just being thorough, you know? Might as well. Oh, he's going to bed. He's coming out here to go to bed. Ugh, that was close. I love how this guy is literally the last dude in the entire fort. And he's just like, I guess it's nap time. I was feeling a bit sleepy. Oh no, he's having a snack. The fool. He has his back turned to the entire room while eating a snack. And he doesn't have his weapons. Even without my warrior build. Easy. Yeah, almost 500 gold in his pocket. Nation power is temporary. Drachmi is forever. It's true. Which is funny, because I have more money than I know what to do with, so... I'm literally just, you know, the rich get richer kind of thing. Oh, and he had loot right over here. He was hogging all the loot. How dare he? Bone forceps. That sounds terrifying. Unless the forceps are for bones, not that they're made of bone. Maybe both. I don't know. So you're telling me that in the early game, the drachmi isn't very useful, and then in the late game, it... Bro, you literally can't even see me. We're just gonna use this. Which actually, this is an amazingly powerful tool, even for stealth. Because that, you know, pressing the R button makes it so that I can just kill guys pretty much instantly if they see me in, you know, in a stealth situation. So I don't need to worry about that one guy seeing me and raising the alarm. because I can just take them out instantly and then hide again. So that'll be useful. Of course, it takes all my adrenaline, but... Stupid rich to dirt poor for a sword. That... I mean, if it's a good sword, then sure. Alright, fire. And let's go see if we looted this one. We have. Wow. And there's... That's where the quest is. I'll do that last. Just... because I don't know what that's gonna do. You never know if it's gonna, like, start a cutscene or something. You know, I need to finish up this whole place before doing that. Alright, place is done. I don't know why I was still crouching for all of that. And, let's get rid of that torch. Don't mind me, just casually burning down everything. Well, hello there.
What are you doing here?
It's a good question.
Hippocrates sent me. Your commander stole his notes, and I think you have them.
They
I
weren't written
literally
by the
killed
great
everyone in
Hippocrates
the place.
himself. I'm sorry. They were burned in the last attack.
Was that my
What?
attack?
You
Is that all
heard
the
me.
stuff I was
The
burning?
medical tent was burned. At least I
Oh.
memorized the notes before we lost them.
That might be
I'll
me.
transcribe them when I have time, or when the war subsides.
I literally
Then
just
you'll
burnt a
have to
tent
come
before
with
walking
me.
in here.
A patient Hippocrates is treating will die without your help.
I have a patient right here who needs my help.
Can't someone else take care of this one?
I'm the only doctor here. Now let me work.
Counter offer. I kill this guy, then you come with me. Eh? How's that sound? You know, it could work. I killed everyone else in this entire fort. Like, well, what's one more? Now, I'm pretty sure if I wait, the guy that Hippocrates is trying to treat will die. This could work, but he wouldn't be happy about it. This probably would not work. Any doctor worth anything wouldn't be able to be bribed away from a patient. That's a tough one. Because I don't know who this guy is that this guy's trying to treat. I mean, if it's a soldier, then that means that it's one of the guys that I would have already killed if he wasn't sick as is. You know, he would be on guard duty and then he would have had a knife through his brain. So in the end, I probably care less about the life of this guy than I do about the life of the civilian that is being treated by Hippocrates. So I should make this guy come with me, so this guy will be upset at me, but Hippocrates, he'll probably also be kind of upset, but he'll be happy that we saved his patient. But he would also be upset that we let someone else die in order to help his patient instead, and thus we should probably not do that or else he'd be upset at us. But he'll already be upset at us that we slaughtered the entire fort. But also, it's his notes about something. He should already know the information. So maybe his patient will get better even without these notes. It's just he wanted to double check things. So it would be best to let this guy treat this patient, then go over to Hippocrates with him, hoping that, you know, the better doctor would be able to treat the patient better even without the notes while we're gone. That way no one's upset at us. So that's the plan. It's like tic-tac-toe. You gotta think 2 steps ahead. And then you always end up losing because you're thinking too far ahead, I think.
I'll wait here for you to finish. If I leave, what's stopping you from running away?
Thinking like a mercenary. Guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Too much
Then make
thinking for a
yourself
plot
useful
in this
bringing my
game.
bone forceps.
Probably true.
Some idiot or another's always borrowing them.
Oh, I
Then
have
you'll
those.
come treat Hippocrates' patient?
You have my word.
Is this it?
You aren't a half-bad assistant. When I'm done
Except
with the
that I
surgery,
killed everyone.
I'll be honored to help Hippocrates.
Alright then.
Might be limping for a while, but Apollo willing, they'll make a full recovery.
I'll meet you there. Don't be late.
Well, you shouldn't have any issue, because, you know, I cleared out the rest of the place. Not like there's gonna be traffic. The return to that guy. Can do. Also, the Cyclopes are supposed to be very big, aren't they? So how the heck would anyone think that this was built by them if this is the doorway? Like, they'd have to crouch down to get in here. I don't know. But yeah, you always gotta think one step ahead or more with these hypothetical situations. It's very important. Alright, where is this place and is it off limits and will they yell at me? Not off limits, we're fine. Horsey, jump up. Now jump down. Thank you. Took its sweet time doing that, but it got it eventually. Oh, so, you know, I overthink things quite often. That's kind of my thing. What are these guys doing? Why are they just clapping? Anywho, like in Cry of Fear, I don't know if you played or heard of Cry of Fear, but I was playing it a long while ago, and there was this one scene where a guy got his head chopped off with hedge
How's your
clippers,
patient?
and I was just sitting there like,
He didn't survive.
you know, it didn't make any sense because you can't do
I'm
that
sorry,
with hedge
Hippocrates.
clippers.
We took more time because this measles helped me save my own patient.
Sometimes science requires tough decisions.
If we're finished here, I'll take some time and write down what I remember of your notes, Hippocrates.
I'll go see the priest for more information about my mother.
Come with me. You've had a busy day.
So how is it that the guy that read the notes
importance of diet
remembers
to
more
maintaining one's
about his
health
notes
cannot be
than the
overstated.
guy who wrote it himself?
What can one apple really do?
Well, taken daily, they can keep the doctor away.
That's
But
what they say.
to more serious matters. I know why you're here. You're looking for your mother.
You
Yes.
remember her?
I was young then. I didn't know how to help. I turned her away. But her look of determination and despair was burned into my mind. It has never left me, and it never will. After, I swore to Apollo that I wouldn't turn away another patient, that I'd dedicate my life to the cause. She made an impression on me. Your brave mother did.
Well,
She
that's
would
good.
be happy to know that.
I sent your mother to the sanctuary of Asclepios. Tell the elder priest a treatment for the sacred disease will soon be available to any patient who needs it. Then he may talk to you.
Thank you for everything, Hippocrates. I'll go see him now.
But yeah, I'm kind of still upset about it. Because how the heck do you think hedge clippers would be able to chop through an entire neck? I mean, sure, if it was just like the trachea that you were cutting, then yeah, you could do that. Most likely. I mean, the tip of the scissors are always the sharpest point. Well, I mean, they're usually the dullest, but you get what I mean. It cuts best at the tip if you're just trying to cut a small thing, which in comparison to hedge clippers, a trachea would be pretty small. So that would work. But if you're trying to cut through an entire neck, then it's like, you know, you have very strong muscles on either side of the neck. So if you're trying to cut it that way, you're not going to be able to really slice through those with hedge clippers. And then you have the spine, which you would have to hope that the hedge clippers are cutting right in between the vertebrae, because you're not going to be able to cut through the vertebrae with hedge clippers. And even if you're cutting between them, I mean, it's the connective tissue is incredibly strong. I mean, it's the spine, you know? And yet in the game, it just goes thunk. Just one little slice, you know, one you just close the hedge clippers in one motion, and it just head falls off. It's like, that isn't how it works. That isn't how it works at all. You know, as someone who actually knows something about medical stuff, it pains me. You can't do that. You gotta have some, you know, somebody on the team who knows anything about medical, you know, realism. I don't know. Is that weird? Is that too much to ask for? I don't know. Let's grab that thing. I'm trying to think if I want to do all these side quests here, or if I want to move on and do some main thing, like maybe look for more cultists. Because I'm not sure. Because I only need a few more cultists, and well, my horse is immune to fall damage now, right? Go, horsey. All right. Man, and I mean, in a game with a small, I mean, I don't know how many people worked on the Cry of Fear game. I assume not many. So I guess I could kind of see where you could get some medical inaccuracies if it's a game that's made by like a small team or even just one person. But you know where it really ticks me off is in movies. Because you know that a movie had to have been made and vetted by dozens and dozens of people, and usually specialists. And so it's like, how is it that you get all these writers, producers, directors, professionals, and you don't have one single medical professional in there just to verify that people would be able to do the things that they do, you know? Like, the example I always go back to and always get so upset about is, I think it was a movie in the Alien franchise, and there was a thing where there was I don't know, something, an alien baby thing inside the woman's abdomen, and she goes to like this high-tech machine. It's like a medical machine, and it just, you know, cuts her open, takes the baby out, staples her back up. I don't even think it was using sutures or anything. It was just ka-chunk, 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 you know, just staples her right back up. And then it's like, how is it that she then gets up from the operating table and is running around doing a bunch of stuff? Like, literally, I mean, she's kind of limping a little, but she's jogging, she's running, sprinting, attacking things, shooting things, lifting things. It's like, even personally, I have not had abdominal surgery. My mom has. She would know better. But I have not. But I have done abdominal workouts, and the second that your abdominal muscles are disrupted, or especially if something cut through them and then stapled them back together, you're not going to be using those. Like, not at all, pretty much. Like, after abdominal surgery like that, you are debilitated. You are not able to just get up and run. You can barely walk. So, it's just things like that that just upset me to no end. I almost feel like it would be easier if I knew nothing about medical realism, just so I could turn my brain off and watch these things without getting upset. Because it's just, if you know how inaccurate it is, you know, those kinds of things are, you see it everywhere, and it's just not good. If I ever make a movie, I am bringing a doctor in, like a professional doctor, and having them vet everything that I have each of my characters do, just to make sure that it would be medically possible, you know? Because there's just so many things where it just isn't. And you know the amount of shows where I've seen doctors watch the show, like on YouTube, and they're just sitting there like, what is that EKG? What does that even mean? Like, none of that's all nonsense signals. Like, how hard is it to just get a heart rate monitor correct? And so many shows and movies they're just like, haha, zany squiggly line screen go burr. Like, no, it's not just a squiggly line screen. It has meaning, and it's not that hard to just go in and animate it correctly, right? It's just like all those, I think there's like a whole video series called like Are Pianos Animated Correctly or something like that. And it's just the guy goes through and looks at animated series of anyone playing like mostly pianos, I think, but any instrument. And they just play what the person played on screen to see what it actually sounded like. And a lot of the time, it's just gibberish movements that are supposed to look like they're playing the instrument when they're really not. They're just making it look like it. And it's like, why would you do that? Just take a little bit of time to watch someone actually play that song and animate that. Like, it would probably take a lot of extra work, but it's worth it, you know? Yeah, you gotta have these things figured out before you do all that. At least in my mind, you know? It's the small details that matter. Of course, I'm also the person that
Try to stay out of sight.
gets upset whenever they don't have good continuity. So like if someone takes a bite of something and then in the next scene there's no bite out of it, I get upset about that too. So of course I would be of the opinion that you need to pay more attention to that stuff. So let's clear this out. I think that's a mine entrance and he might be at the back of the mine. Maybe. We'll see. But that looks like it's everyone here. So let's take them out. Alright, so there's those guys up there. I'm still in my assassination gear. It'll be hard to get in there. I guess there's nobody on this side? I usually like to start from the top, as you know. Oh, we can walk across this. Good. Oh, but this guy's coming up here. You see nothing. Yeah, you just keep looking that way.
You're dead.
Oh, it's because I didn't have enough adrenaline. That's why. Alright, and that guy's probably going to hit us, but that's fine. We need to switch to our actual combat gear. Actually, not available at the moment. Why is that?
No!
I'm a little, you know, I'd say I'm standing still. This is a little bit of an important situation. Thank you. There we go. Why can I not? Do I need one adrenaline to? I guess I do. Yeah. It almost seems like using those abilities generates my health. Can't outrun you, you're an archer. Lost the target, I'm right here. Wow, that's overkill. Okay. He was dead on like the second hit. Also, why do their poison arrows look like, you know, fear-mongering about nuclear power? It's just like bright radioactive green. Alright, where did the guy go? Is that him? Because I was building up some adrenaline to try to hit this guy with a big attack, but I guess he died of fall damage. Alright. Do you want out? Sure. I don't know who any of you are. You're probably like murderers and, you know, the worst people on the face of the planet, but you know, I'm not gonna care about that, you know. You're in a cage, I'll just let you out. Why not? Not like it affects me at all. Alright, so there's a chest in there. Is there both chests in there? Are you an enemy? That I just didn't mark? Yeah, apparently you are. And you're just wandering around while I'm just here. Did you have a doggo? Alright. We'll just switch back to assassination. And, why can I not assassinate? I'd like to get a critical on him.
What happened won't go unseen.
So we'll just wait. He'll turn back around eventually. Yeah, there he goes. And if I can just get above him, because no one ever looks up. Okay, he's turning around again. Where are you going, my guy? Are you picking up the body again? What? You just brought it there. Where are you going? What are you?
I won't let them get away with
Okay, now he's putting it down again. Okay. What next? What's the next exciting development for this guy's journey?
What?
All right then. Hi, puppy. Unfortunately, you were being mean, so I have to get rid of you. Apologies. You see, that's the issue with dropping people off cliffs instead of sneak attacking them, is they leave corpses behind. And then people try to carry those corpses and then become an issue. Alright, but I should know where everyone is in this cave, because we looked at the cave extensively with our burb. So we don't really have any cover here. Hopefully this is counted as cover.
The eagle bearer!
It didn't let me do the double thing. I wanted to do a double sneak attack to get rid of the wolf too, but it just hates me. Oh really? With the bow. Man, how do you take that and then keep fighting? Like, alright then. Puppy, you get over here.
I hope you're ready to die.
I am not ready to die, thank you very much. I hope you're ready for me to press the R button. Oh. It didn't do the combo, because I guess we were on the wall.
Most would have given up by now.
Yeah, you do like no damage.
You're just making this more fun.
I also haven't even had to use any of my, you know, actual abilities. I think I'm suffering from success, honestly. I mean, I do too much damage, I'm too efficient, and I get healing. Like, I haven't had a tough battle since I upgraded those. But alright, we beat him. Here's the loot. Pretty ornate for being at the back of a cave, but you know, I'm not gonna question it. Alright. Let's get out of here then. So, did that give us another cultist clue, by the way? Or did it just kind of leave us with nothing? Let's get out of the contested area and go to the cultist menu. Yeah, it kind of just gave us nothing. Because we know where this guy is. I think he's at the end of the arena. But aside from that, clue to a cultist can be bought in Corinthia. Huh. Yeah, but any of the ones with an exclamation mark means that we can... Oh, no, you can see it without the exclamation mark either. Nice. Lost on Scavenger's Coast in Achaea. Alright, we'll head there next. Where's that exactly? It's here. Scavenger's Coast. So it was lost on Scavenger's Coast. somewhere. It's not very specific. Also, that is a very high level region. So maybe that cultist is outside of our pay grade right now. It's in a cove. And a cove is like a cave, but with water. Right? Water cave. So we could probably get in, get the clue, and get out without having to be in a high level area for too long, right? This one looks like it's in less of a city, so it might actually be worth it too, but there's a lot of cliffs here. Fine, we'll go here. I just hesitate to fast travel into the middle of a city because I know it's going to be real slow trying to get out of there. But it'll be fine. So I'm taking all their artifact pieces. Do you think that they can still use the artifact? They just make a smaller pyramid out of the triangles? You know, because I mean, if you just take out the base layer of triangles, you could still make a pyramid out of them, just with fewer. You know? It'd be pretty easy. But, you know, it seems like kind of a design flaw of their whole artifact thing with the cult. If you know, you lose one artifact piece in all of ancient Greece, and then you can't use the artifact. Like, first of all, how do they find all these pieces? And additionally, if somebody, not even just if it was me, but if anybody just walked up, took a piece, and then just disappeared, would you just never be able to use that again? If it was just gone? Because that seems like a bit of a threat to the cult. Because, yeah, that would be a problem. Alright, but let's walk out of the city in that direction. Of course, the pottery workshop is contested.
They'll be watching for me.
Spartan pottery. Because, you know, of course it is. I've learned the hard way that you're slightly allergic to kiwis. Why can I kill you? Who are you? Are you a guard? Who are you? Oh, I guess he's a bandit, isn't he? I was gonna say, he doesn't look like he's wearing guard, you know, attire at all. So I was thinking maybe this guy's a cult member because he's just some random guy that I am prompted to kill. But no, I think he's just a bandit because he was wearing furs and stuff. Alright. Well, let's go, you know, we're gonna steal one of those rowboats and row back to Spain like there's no mañana. I'm just gonna take this over to that shoreline over there and then use my horse to go across the shoreline to find that cove. So, slightly allergic to kiwis does not sound great, because, I mean, there's kiwi in a lot of stuff. I hope there's an emphasis on slightly. Because, yeah, that would be no good. At one point, quite some time ago, I learned that you know, the hard way, that I was quite allergic to some type of grass or tree, you know, because there was a wildfire at some point and the smoke drifted up and I ended up having a slight allergic reaction to the smoke. And so I still don't know what it was that was in that smoke, what plant was burning, but something in that wildfire I was allergic to, apparently. Or maybe the smoke was just irritating in and of itself. I don't know. But it was no good. And we still don't know exactly what it was. What level is this wolf that's coming after me? I don't know. Hello, good sir, Mr. Wolf. What level are you? Ah, not a good level. Okay. Well, we'll just keep running then. Good sir, Mr. Wolf, have you seen a cove anywhere around here? It's like a cave, probably. But, you know, in the water. I don't know. I realize that I don't know the exact definition of what a cove is. Is that a cove? I don't think so. I know it has to do with water. That's why I'm just following the shoreline. But, you know, any cultist this leads to is probably way higher level. People that aren't allergic to poison ivy? Oh. Wait, so poison ivy is only irritating because the vast majority of humans are allergic to it? That's interesting. I thought it was just kind of a given that poison ivy was just irritating to humans, that it's just some type of toxin. But that is pretty interesting. I mean, I guess it's kind of like lactose intolerance, where it's not really that people who are lactose intolerant are the weird ones. It's that, you know, the lactose tolerant people are the ones that have the mutation to be able to, you know, actually have it. So it might be something like that, where everyone is supposed to be allergic to poison ivy, but there's a mutation that makes it so they're not. But I don't even know. But it's like a full-on histamine response? Because that's, I believe, like, what determines if something's an allergy or not, right? Is whether or not a histamine response happens when you get hit with it. There are no fast travel points out here. Oh, that looks like a cove. It's up ahead. We just gotta keep going. Maybe I should get my horse for this. I've just been running because everything's high level, so I need to be able to dodge, but maybe this will be fine. Alright. Cove time. Is this the cove? This looks like the cove. This isn't even the cove. This is a bunch of ships next to the cove. Alright. Is this place, secretive? Do I have to sneaky around? Shipwreck Cove. That sounds rather covular. Hello, good sirs. Are you going to try to kill me for being here? I don't think so. They're just having a good time. Alright. Loot treasure. I can do that. Burb. Where's the treasure? Oh. A skull level shark. That is not gonna go well if I have to go out that direction. Doggo. Actually around my level. Good. I don't see any treasure. Bird, are your eyes broken? Where's the treasure?
Power is strong here.
There's a treasure. Okay. There's more sharks out there. Apparently, one of the sharks is low level. That's like the wimpy baby shark that everyone bullies because he's level 24 and they're all like level 40 something. Poor guy. Let's see. We just have to be further out here. Yes, there's another one. I think we're gonna have to dodge sharks. Unless it's in this chest here. But I kind of doubt it. I think we're gonna have to go out there and dodge some skull level sharks. If I want to get this treasure high. You guys don't see anything, right? You saw nothing. Also, I love how in this game, when you steal something, people just should take it at his speed. Probably, yeah. But I love how people just run. They don't ask any questions. They're not like, man, why'd you take that? That wasn't yours. Or like, you know, I'm gonna call the guards. No, they just scream and run. There's like, oh, this guy, he just stole something. Run for your lives. There's a thief in the building. We gotta run and flee and hide. I can't believe it. What a barbarian. Alright, I'm assuming that chest is the one that has the stuff. So we're gonna be heading that way and try to dodge the sharks. We'll try our best, because those things will probably obliterate us. But we know right where this chest is. Hi, can you not see me? Whoa. Oh, we don't know right where this chest is. Oh, we can hide in the guilt. Alright. Let me in. What? Oh, okay, I got gauntlets of berries. I was like, you what? Giving me one lion claw? Alright, and I think we're invincible when we're on the surface of the water. The sharks have never attacked me while I'm on the surface. So I guess the clue might be either not here, or it might be in the chest, the other chest that's over here on land. The cultist clue is nearby, you don't say. That's why I'm here. Or maybe it's always in the last chest you open. I don't know. But I was fairly certain they would have put it in the underwater chest. That's why I went with that one before the on-land one. That would have been a lot easier to deal with. But it might just be in this chest right over here. So, we'll see. You're a guard. Don't mind me. That was not a cultist clue. Well, that's unfortunate. Can I see a cultist? It warned me that there was one nearby. Does that mean that I can pick it up with the burb? Oh, you are skull level. You know, I was wanting some more, you know, challenge. It said it was nearby when I was over here. How nearby are we talking? Where would it even be? There's nothing to pick up here. Maybe it's in there, but it only popped up the thing when I was over here. So where is it? Do you have it? Oh. Well, that's good. I was about to jump in the water and start swimming around looking for random chests that weren't popping up with Ikaros. So I'm really glad that it, you know, didn't make me do that. Oh, high level.
Listen, I
Yeah.
don't ask questions. I just follow orders.
So why is you know, 23, 10, 24, 25, 45? Let me guess, you're like 75, right? I don't know. That seems a bit of a jump. And he's keeping my Agamemnon here in, you know, hostage. I wanted to finish that set, but now I can't because this is the branch that gives you those. And they're just, you know, not giving me those. Although, did somebody else... Oh, wait, that guy's actually Asterion. Huh. Who was the other guy we killed? Like the centaur dude? Yeah, that was this guy. And he gave a piece of the gear. So yeah, that's weird. That he still gives another piece of the same armor set, but it's like 20 levels higher than everything else. But alright, well, we found the clue and we know where he is now. So we'll wait until we're high enough level for that. We need to go find some other clues then. How about down here? It's a forceful brute. Yeah, that doesn't give us much of a clue. Nation treasure in Locris Fort. Where's Locris Fort? What even is that? Is there like a search option on the map? Legend, zoom, set marker. No. Because how am I going to know what like a specific fort is? Because that's the only one that's like very specific that I know exactly where that is. Because it's, you know, it tells me it's in that specific fort's nation chest. So it has to be a region I haven't gotten the nation chest from before. Right? Because logically, there's only one nation chest in each major region. Which means I would need to... Oh, that's where he is. Oh, great. Welcome back, unknown man. We found the clue. Oh, we should go to that before we leave. Do you happen... Because you played the game before, right? Do you happen to know, off the top of your head, exactly where Locris Fort is? Just wondering. No real reason. You know. Not like I have to... Or I want to find that and go there. Why did I not get any of these while we were here? Because obviously I've been here. Why did I not get either of those? Who was that explored those? A long time ago, like 6 months. What, you don't know where Locris Fort is? Come on, man. Dude, 6 years, that's not that long. You can remember Locris Fort. It's probably like the most important location in the game, right? I don't know. Yeah, it's nowhere that I've explored, at least. I think I've looked over everywhere looking for forts. And it's just not in any of the forts that I've seen. So, yeah. We're probably not gonna find that. And even if we did, it might be too high level. So I'm gonna go and grab this location real quick. And then I'm probably gonna go to that island again and try to grab the locations there, because I don't know why I was there at some point and didn't grab the locations. Must have been like a different person possessed my body while I was at that island. Because I am very hungry for sync points. And also to, you know, slaughter cultists, which is why I want to know where the fort is. But we will see. Totally remember being to the east of Focus. Okay. Well, let's look at the map here. Let's see, where is that? Is that a city? That's here. So east. Oh, Locris, yes. We've never been there, but the region is called the same thing as the fort. So that's where we're going next. And it is our level. So that's a good thing. I probably would have found that if I, you know, actually was looking at the region names and not just forts. But I didn't really think they would just name it region name fort. I mean, why would they? But alright. We got another statue to climb. Hopefully this place isn't restricted. Occam's razor, yeah. The simplest answer is usually the correct one. That's Occam's razor, right? Alright. Time to climb another Greek god. As always. Up. Thank you. Here we go. And then we'll be heading to that fort, because this place is too high level for me, and I probably don't want to stay here. So where's the... I guess this would be the closest. It's pretty far away. Oh, we could go to the ship dock. Might be closer. So yeah, we're going there, and we'll see if we can find the fort on the way. I thought for a second it said the origins of meth, and I was like, why would that be important in this context? But no, the origins of math. That makes a bit more sense. But does math really have an origin? And I guess it depends on if you see it as, like... There's a lot of mountains here. Okay, I thought this would be like a nice beach to ride along, but no. But do you think math is just like the study of mathematics? And thus, you know, because mathematics always existed. You know, there was always circles that had area and volume, and there were always, you know, the calculations to figure out the area and volume were always the same, whether or not humans knew how to do it. So, discovered, not invented, yeah. Because, yeah, fire also always existed. I mean, it's something that... Hey, what level are you, good sir? 25? Do you mind if I kill you? Good sir.
Stay out of my way, young Mistios.
Get stabbed. Oh, I don't even have my stealth gear on, but that's fine.
No surrender!
The Disowned. Man, I wouldn't be advertising that as my, like, legacy. Just like, yeah, my father hated me. He disowned me. That's what I'm gonna name myself as a mercenary. Like, that doesn't seem like a great idea to me, but, you know, you do you. Now you're dead, so maybe don't you do you. 'Cause it's hard to do that while dead.
Yeah, away we go.
Yeah, math is one of those weird things. I'm still not that big a fan of math. I mean, the only math that I like is Asheron's Call math, where you're, you know, calculating how many points to put in things to make it optimally efficient. That's like the only context in which I am a fan of math. Everywhere else, it's like, no thank you. That's either too complicated, or I am being forced to do it, so I don't like it. You know, because like homework, obviously I don't want to be sitting there doing homework. So I'm going to hate anything that they put on the paper in front of me, because I don't want to be doing it in the first place. But, you know, in the right context, like, you know, certain games and stuff, like Asheron's Call, if there's math involved, then sure, you know, I'm fine with it, I'm happy about it. Yeah, I'm sure my brother's job requires a lot of math as well, because, you know, he's an engineer. I would assume that would take mathematics. But yeah, I probably couldn't do it as, you know, a job. That'd be too much mathing for me. Also, what is all this? Is this a salt flat? Horse, you're immune to fall damage. Jump. You're immune to fall damage. You get up. Okay, he's sleeping. That's, odd. Because everyone's been immune to fall damage since I got that thing. Of course, that is the largest thing I've jumped off with the horse. But, you know, we'll call him later. He just has to rest up, I guess. But it kind of sucks. Horse. It doesn't let me summon the horse. Okay. Well, we're gonna be running for the next little bit, I guess. Yeah, that's weird, because he hasn't taken any fall damage from any of the other jumps we've done. I guess maybe it's just non-lethal fall damage that the horse is immune to now. But it's weird that would be working under a different rule than me. It's also weird how salt flats work, unless it's just white sand. But I don't think it is. It seems like a salt flat. Because, like, wouldn't the salt dissolve into the water? And this whole thing would be eroded away in, like, 10 years? I don't know. Salty bear. Is that a good thing? Is there a bear around here? Alright. We got this thing. We still haven't found the fort. But maybe that'll be on the map once we get this. We'll see. Well, you know, it's probably a good thing that we're not going to be riding up to the fort on our horse, because, you know, they always try to kill you after you do that. Is that the fort? There's a Spartan flag up over that hill. Like there. Let's look at the map. Red Lake Bay. Interesting. So Lokris is this region. So just these two areas here. So this looks kind of like a fort. And aside from that, not much else does, except maybe this. So these two look kind of like forts. I know this is a military camp, but that's not a fort. So I think these are the only two real candidates. Maybe this might be able to be construed as a fort, but not a super strong argument there. So let's run up to this fort first and see if this is the right place.
Sun's rising.
Is the sun rising? I haven't actually been paying any attention to the night-day cycle on this. Did you know, I keep getting sidetracked, but did you know that Ashron's Call has a day-night cycle? Oh, it's a Xerxes military fort. Might as well destroy this while I'm here. But yeah, it's a very good day-night cycle because it actually does things. There's only a few zones that it affects, but a couple areas have different enemy spawns depending on if it's day or night in the game. And the day-night cycle is about 1 hour, I believe. So like, the daytime is 1 hour, nighttime is 1 hour. So I guess day-night cycle would be 2 hours, but you know what I mean. 1 hour each. But yeah, places like the graveyard, which, you know, that's a lot of people. Okay. I'm sure you'll see the graveyard eventually. It's like a high-level endgame zone. But that place is about 10 times scarier at night than it is during the day. So that's pretty cool. And we'll get there. It's a good length for... Yeah, it is. Because, you know, it's long enough that you can do whatever you need to do at certain times. And short enough that if you need it to be day or night, you don't have to wait too long. Alright, I think that is a proper amount of scouting. Now let's just kill everyone and get to the next fort. Just go around it. What? It's not rocket science here, Cassandra. Excuse me while I change, good sir. I need to be in my stealth gear. Also, we've gotten some new daggers. That is a new dagger indeed. Let's see. 8% assassin damage, 10% assassin damage. Let's jump up to this bad boy. Alright. PC can run Payday 2. Completely did the heist thing lately? Really? Well, that's good. Let's see. I want this one, because that still does more damage from behind, I think. Let's see. What we have on right now does 7% assassin damage. We have one that does 9% assassin damage. We'll jump up to that one. And then these are probably all the best assassin damage we're going to get. Because these are all 11% each. Started Friday of 27 hours of playtime. So that's where you were all weekend. You had your head in that game. That makes sense. I've done that a lot specifically with RimWorld. Where I just get into the game and then just disappear. Nobody knows where I am. I just spend like 100 hours straight in the game. Nemean lion pelt. Alright. New horse skin, I guess. Alright. Don't mind me. I just, need to remember not to lock on, because then I stand up. Oh, I never checked. What is my, assassin damage up to? 27,000. That's more than I expected. Am I using the right weapon? Yes. Okay. Deep Rock Galactic, huh? That's a good game. I have played that quite a bit with my brother in the past. No pro at it or anything, but I've played it enough to have an opinion on it. Oh, I leveled up by stabbing that guy. Alright. I mean, realistically, how much XP could I have gotten for stabbing a guy in the same manner that I've stabbed like 24 people in the past? 10 dozen, actually. But, you know. I guess that one time I stabbed the dude, I had an epiphany. I was just like, I know new techniques now because I stabbed that guy just like I stabbed everyone else. Get out of here. Just break the shield rack because I can. Also, I think the gods are angry at me because it just got stormy weather the second that I killed that guy. And I don't think I ever got to the prestige portion of the game. Probably. Alright, dealt with those two well enough. I did get very far into the spin-off game, Deep Rock Galactic Survivors, I think. And it was like Vampire Survivors, but Deep Rock Galactic. I played a lot of that one. And there I got a lot of overclocks and everything. It's very fun. But not really very Deep Rock Galactic-esque. You know, it's a bit of a completely different genre. Yeah, the gods are not very happy with me. I've had a lot of updates. Really? I haven't played it in a while. Well, someone saw us, but that's fine. We have eradicated them. Now there's this guy I've been wanting to kill for a while. Break the shields. You know, it's still kind of weird that they have like a dedicated assassination button, you know? Don't mind me. Don't mind me either. Man, I hope that's not like as loud as it sounds like it is when I break those things. I'm just wanting to break them as I go. And yeah, we could play some Deep Rock Galactic sometime. We do have a lot of games we're wanting to play though, with, you know, already Ashram's Call and Night Rain that we're needing to get into, but we can definitely pile on as many games as we feel like. That guy's kind of all alone over by that the defenseless shield rack. I don't know. This guy's kind of looking our direction, and I don't like that. Variety is the spice of life. You right. And usually I play the... Who do I play? The engineer. That's his name. The guy with the turrets. My brother, when we play that game, usually plays the scout. He's pretty good at doing the scouting. You're a scout main? Okay, that's good. Because, yeah, that works out perfectly. Because, yeah, scout plus engineer is a pretty solid combo. And if we could have a driller slash gunner on top of that, that would be pretty solid. Alright, aside from the big barracks full of sleeping people, we're clearing this place out quite nicely. Don't mind all the guys rushing around yelling that someone killed someone. They're all liars. You should believe me, the random person in your fort that you've never seen before. Let me just, ooh, that guy's not gonna be taken out very easily. Alright, might want to take everyone else out first. But yes, we do need to, we still need to get you an apartment in Ashram's Call. Sadly, I wish you could get a cottage, but... I mean, unless we wait until the 27th to try to get you a house. I think it was the 27th you were saying the message was telling you. Oh, how do you see me?
Sparta! She's dead! Go!
Alright, yeah, that speeds up killing guys outside of stealth by a lot. And hopefully no one heard that. Well, past the 27th? Yes. Because, yeah, we could get you an apartment for now, and you can abandon houses and apartments at any point. So, we'll get you an apartment for the time being, and then we will get you a house later on when it becomes necessary. Because, essentially, a apartment... Also, I'm just going to rant about this while I'm waiting for these guys to spread out. You know, I'm not just wasting time. I'm kind of waiting for them to reallocate their forces so I can kill them easier. But the apartment has one chest, and the chest can have, I believe, the main thing, and then either 1 or 2 packs inside of it as well. So a lot of good storage space. And then it can also have, I believe, 3 hooks in an apartment. So the chest is what you really get it for, because that's like a permanent storage solution. But yeah, then you also have the hooks where you can put pretty much any item onto those hooks. So like during your adventure, if you find a really cool or, you know, commemorative item, you can put those onto the hooks and it actually shows up in the physical space. And you can just kind of look at it and it's nice decoration. And then when you move up to a cottage, you still only have 1 chest. So your storage capabilities don't increase incredibly when you move up to a cottage, which is why the apartment and cottage are rather interchangeable. But the cottage has like, I think, what, like 20, 30 hooks? So in that way, it would be very nice to have a cottage, because then you could just put more things on hooks. Not that that's, like, purely necessary. Because the chest is really what you get the house for. Oh, he's coming out here. Okay. Then, after cottage, you get a villa. And villas are where things get spicy, because then if you get a villa, you have 2 chests. Don't mind me. Who even saw me? Was it just that guy? That's lucky. So yeah, you get 2 chests and even more hooks. And then someday, probably not, most likely not, but if we ever join like a big allegiance, then we would get access to mansions. And mansions are like guild housing, you know? Because an allegiance is... Allegiances are weird, because like in World of Warcraft, which you may have no frame of reference for any of this, because I think you said you never really played MMOs, but in World of Warcraft, when you make a guild, it's like a separate tab, you know? You can dedicatedly join and like invite people to enter into guilds, and they're like a specific entity. But in Asheron's Call, you remember how when we first made the characters I swore under your character? An allegiance is just a big network of people swearing under each other. So they're kind of made automatically once enough people are sworn under a single liege. So technically we have an allegiance of 2 right now. But you need to have an allegiance rank of, I think, 9? Or maybe 6. It was one of those 2. To be able to buy a mansion. So we probably won't ever be high enough level in an allegiance to own a mansion ourselves. But if we entered an allegiance with other people, you know, like a pre-existing one, then we most certainly could... you know, make use of their mansion. 2 profiles per person, that's true. Yeah, so I think I can only have 1 account because... Man, I feel like someone's gonna see me if I go in there. I'm just gonna do this so we can guaranteed kill these 2 at the very least. Okay, and he didn't see me. I don't think anyone else is really around. But yeah, we could very well join some random allegiance that someone else made, and that would be very good. And we do indeed get our own villa and whatever mansion of any type that we get through an allegiance. So you can have both of them. Yeah, and actually, I mean, we might be able to get to rank 6 just off of our 4 accounts, because the ranks aren't linear. So it's not just, you know, oh, you need 6 players in under 1 person. It's that, like, the first rank is 1 vassal, and then the second rank is, like, I don't know, 10 vassals or something. You know, it goes up pretty sharply, but you can have, like, depending on the server, probably, like, 6, maybe 8 different characters on each account, and you could kind of intertwine them so they're all sworn under each other, leading up to 1 person you set as guildmaster, but it would be a whole lot of work. And not to mention buying the mansion. Okay, I have played for several years on my own, soloing stuff on my own server that I can host from my computer, as I think I've talked about. And I have not gotten close to being able to purchase my own mansion, because it is expensive. Yeah, pyramid scheme loyal. Yeah, that's true. It is kind of a pyramid scheme. Except, you know, the people at the bottom of the pyramid don't actually give up anything, and the people at the top of the pyramid are supposed to help you out. Unlike in a pyramid scheme where they just kind of take everything for themselves and leave you with nothing. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting system. Can I break this thing? Yes. Destroy all the nation power. Take it all. Oh yeah, but the cost of a singular mansion So the easy part is, you know, there's Dread Madakar Paws, which those are easy to get. And by easy, I mean I spent like 2 hours, maybe, gathering the 2 Madakar Paws because, you know, it was pretty hard to find because they're not really in any specific dungeon. So you just kind of need to find them out in the wilderness.
Quiet. Shit. Out.
And that's difficult. But I did find those eventually. And then you need, I believe, 15 lucky gold letters, which are decently rare from level 80 enemies. So not too bad. And then you need, I think, like a couple million Pyreal. So that's, you know, that's pretty easy to get. You do dailies for a while. Eventually you'll get enough money for that. The hard part is gathering up the, I think it's 10, maybe more, but at least 10 golden Gromnies. Now, it may not sound very impressive, but there's only 2 ways that I know of to get golden Gromnies at all easily. And one of them is from a quest that is so high level and difficult that my main character on my own server isn't able to solo it. So, and they're like level 230 something.
Caught a light. Shit.
So it is a very tough quest, but you could do that every day for like a 1 in 5 chance of getting a golden Gromny each day on each character you do it on. Or you could do gambling. You remember when I took you to the Den of Iniquity next to Holtberg? Yeah, you can go there and get the gambling tokens, and then you have like a 1 in 20 something chance that any pull you do at the place is going to be a golden Gromny. And you need like 10 of them, maybe more. So yeah, it is difficult. It is very difficult. Kind of a Herculean task, but definitely not impossible. And if you have an entire allegiance backing you, it's easy. You know, like, I almost have it all saved up just from myself farming, so if we had multiple people, getting a mansion would be no problem. But it is still hard to achieve on your own. But that's like my ultimate goal on my own server, is someday to buy my own mansion. Because I was able to lower the requirement as the person who runs the server, to make it so anyone can buy a mansion. Can you go inside the window? In. Why does it keep, like, zooming in like that? But then not allowing me in. Can I just go down from the roof? No, I cannot. How do you get in there? Some of these buildings are very hard to traverse. I thought going in the window would be the easy route. Oh, but this one has like a stick next to the window. Maybe that'll help me. I mean, you could do it, maybe. Maybe the 2 of us together would be enough to buy a mansion. But it would still take quite some time. And we would need the allegiance rank to do it. So it might be easiest to just go to someone else's allegiance and join them. But we will see what happens. As of now, we're independents. And that wasn't even the fort we needed, so we're going over here. Because I think that's another fort. But yeah, that place was huge. So, it took a while to clear that fort. Lots of XP, though. And it's a very nice red lake. Moses been here lately? Is that seems like something he would do.
Is this lake full of blood?
Love a
Wonder what's
grind with a
made it so
payoff so
red.
large. Yeah, so the mansions, those are really, really great because private server management personal goal. It is a personal goal, but you know, I mean, currently we're playing on Levistress, so we should probably just stay there. But if you wanted to come help me on my own server, the only issue would be that you could only join while I have the server up. At least with Levistras, it's like up 24/7. But, yes. So, I feel like the mansion is... It is a good goal, especially if it's like a private mansion that you yourself own. Because the mansion itself is a big upgrade from a villa in that it has 5 chests instead of the regular 2 that you get, or no, 3. Is it 3 with a villa? Yeah, I think it's 3 with a villa. Hello, good sir. What level are you? 25? Alright. I'm gonna go and assassinate you right before you fight this bear. Alright, good luck. I just stab him in the throat and then I just, you know, wave him goodbye as he goes off to fight a bear. Man. Is this guy gonna die to the bear? Maybe. But I don't want to fight the bear, so I'll let him fight. Type of turn. Yeah. Anything dot something else usually turns into a link. But yes. Anytime you wanna play on some Levistras again, I would be down for that. Because I still need to get a character high level on Levistras. You know, I already have some characters high level on my own server. But Levistras, I think my highest level character is... Yeah, this guy's gonna die to the bear. Yeah, my highest level character is like 70 something. So... Yeah, good luck, dude. We're rooting for you. If you win, I'll kill you. If you lose, I'll just take your loot. Alright, bye. Took his loot. Easy game. Yeah, he would have been able to beat those bears if I hadn't, you know, stabbed him in the neck. But who's counting? It's fine. No one's keeping track of that. Oh, do I have... No, the Agamemnon's helmet was on the other guy. There's the waistband for this. So we'll switch to that just because it's, you know, a matching set. There we go. Okay, and let's go here. Oh, and actually, next time we play, I was thinking of giving you the map of a area, of like a dungeon, and then just letting you just go crazy and lead the way through the dungeon. Because thus far, I've led the way through most of the dungeons, and I'm like, well, you know, we need to work on those independence skills, so when you're fighting through dungeons on your own, you'll be able to read the maps and find your way through and navigate correctly all on your lonesome. So that's what we're gonna do next time. Yeah, this place doesn't look so bad. Are you a soldier? No, you would have shown up with the Ikaros if you were. So we're just gonna go ham here. If we get seen, we just slaughter them all. If we don't get seen, we slaughter them all. Alright. We got all the important stuff done there. Good. If you've actually learned anything, you've learned plenty. I'm sure you got it. Alright. Now these losers... Oh, there's a guy we didn't account for. Oh, you're a captain, huh? Well, get obliterated by an overpower attack. Yeah, it's like all his health just gone. Good. Is there anyone else here? No, doesn't seem like it. Alright. Nation power, say goodbye.
Out, down, flames, out!
6 hot bars of spells. I'm excited to fill them with all kinds of magics. Yes, that's also what we're gonna do next time. Because we need to do that. Hi, Lion. We need to do that test that I spoke of. We need to go and get you your new spells, because using level 1 spells for this long is probably not the most efficient. Hello.
For Sparta!
For Sparta. Aren't you wearing blue? No, I guess that's just gray. Yeah, war magic was the original offensive magic, so of course it's going to be working quite efficiently. And I have played war mages and void mages, and generally I've enjoyed war magic more, but that's subjective, of course. But yeah, once you get a bunch of new spells, I think you'll be having a good time. Is that a fort? No. Let's go up to here and see if that's where we need to be. Horse is back. Felicitations, horse. Oh, I can have a different skin for my horse for each loadout. I didn't even think about that. So I was like, why is this not using the special skin I gave it? But that's because it's on my stealth loadout that it uses that. Oh, is this a fort? No, that's just the military camp for the battle. Void Mage on the second character. That could work. Of course, there's a lot of other stuff you haven't played, like melee characters. And melee has all sorts of different combinations, like weapon and shield, like I have. You could do dual wield, which is pretty exciting. There's two-handed, which is my favorite melee variant, because then you have like cleave damage. Salty bandits. Is that really what they want to call themselves? How is that not embarrassing for them? Just like, I'm one of the salty bandits. Like, bro, that's like the kind of name that you're forced to call yourself because the leader really likes it for some reason. But it just sounds wrong, you know? But yeah, you definitely could play mages 2 characters in a row. It would be worthwhile. Yeah, and I mean, if you want some complexity without, like, full-on mage complexity, you could go with an archer, because they still have to do things like handle arrows, and arrows are pretty complicated because they actually require the alchemy skill and the fletching skill to make them effectively. There is an item inside of that cliff, but you know, we're not going to question that. Oh, and I'm still in my non-stabby skill. There we go. And that is true. You could always have spellcasting and melee stats. Nothing stopping you. So I think I'm just going to go up and stab this guy and then initiate regular combat. Just to get a head start on this. Ooh, there was a crit too. That is very nice. There we are. And let's change Horsey here as well. Alright, get up. Damn. Alright, you get hit with one of these. Give me that good adrenaline. I was meaning to hit the other guy, but I guess it always hits what you're selected on. Unfortunate. Like this guy. And it is true, you could have a mix of the melee and magic. The only issue with that is you can only wield either a melee weapon or a magic weapon at one time. So usually you'll use like magic for buffing and melee for damage. Something like that, because then they're for like different situations and you pull them out at different times. But you can always swap your weapon mid-combat, so you could like... Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have life magic, and a lot of it, so you can debuff the enemies and then switch to a melee weapon to fight them. Because melee has the main disadvantage of usually not being able to debuff their enemy that well. So if you had life magic, you could just debuff and then, you know, fight them that way. And pretty soon, you know, whenever we play next, you'll see what all the debuffs are about in the game, because that'll be part of the spells you get. Because right now you only have Imperil, which is the simplest of the debuffs. It's a pretty important one, but it's pretty simple too. Because later on, you'll get debuffs that are called Vulns, and those basically reduce the enemy's protection against specific elements. So like if an enemy is already weak against fire, you can fire Vuln them, and they'll become even weaker against it, and then fire attacks will do a ton of damage to them. So that will be very good. Vuln for vulnerable? Yes. Alright, so that wasn't the fort. Evidently. So... But this is like the entire region of Lokris. Where would the fort be out of these? Is this a fort? No. This isn't the fort. I've kind of run out of places to look. I mean, that was like the only fort here. Wait. Did I already get the cultist clue from here? Because it said that a cultist... Yeah, I think I already got that, and I just kept looking for Lokris Fort. But I already got it earlier. Because it wasn't actually... It was a fort in Lokris, not Lokris Fort. Interesting. Yeah, and so you can lessen elemental resistance, but also you'll get stuff that lowers their stats. So, you know, you can lower their quickness, strength, stuff like that, because all enemies in the game also have those. Alright, he's over here. Might as well go slaughter him. I mean, why not? And so those are good. You can also get, if you have item enchantment, you can also get things that will lower the attack and other stats of their weapons. Yeah, and quickness does determine attack speed. So you could lower their quickness and slightly lower the, you know, speed at which they attack. You'll be able to lower their melee defense, missile defense, and magic defense, which is vitally important, because then that'll make it so we can hit them more often and more consistently. What else can you do? There's drain spells. You could put a drain spell on the enemy. So there's not like a heal over time for us, but there is damage over time that that void magic gets, which I guess you'd need void magic for that debuff. Because I think life magic drains are only active drains that you cast and it drains them one time. But either way, there's that too. Yeah, lots of good debuffs out there to put on the enemies. And when we come across like actual legitimate boss enemies, which we haven't really fought any of yet, you will be very important in order to, you know, debuff those guys. Because otherwise, it... Didn't you hear the last 30 seconds ago? I have not been saying anything too important, as always. But, yeah, so once we find boss enemies, you will be vitally important in being able to debuff them, because most enemies don't have any significant regen. But the second that you get to a boss enemy, like if we're fighting Gaerlin, which we will later, very important boss, and I'm sure we could duo him. But his regeneration is so strong that unless you put Fester on him, which is a thing that reduces an enemy's natural regeneration by a significant amount. They're pretty much going to out-heal your damage. They're just nigh invincible, unless you can get that on them correctly. So, that will be very important. Alright, we got another cult member. Let's switch our armor again. Inventory. Here we go. Just so we can take them out. Hopefully without them even seeing me. But you know how that usually goes. Alright, so they're just sitting there. Can you select the guy? Thank you. Alright.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Good. Another cultist down. And now... what else? I don't think we really know the location of anyone else. And other cultists in the same branch. So yeah, we would need to find this guy, and that's just continue your Odyssey. Weakening the Obsidian Isles will draw Sokos into a naval battle. Obsidian Islands. Where's that? Is that just... would that just be listed on my map? The Obsidian Islands? Probably not, right? Yeah. So I guess we'll need to explore a bit more to figure out where is considered the Obsidian Islands. Still need to go back to Delos to get those. Hydrea. Interesting. Yeah, lots of stuff to do still. Lots of side quests, which I should probably also do. At 9, we can get the next spear upgrade. Yes. How many do we have now? 5. So we only need 4 more for the next spear upgrade. And I guess up here we have some people. Preparing for battle in Masara. Help people nearby. Where's Masara? Boeotia. Corinthia. Glue can be bought. There's a cultist on Kythera Island. Help people nearby. I mean, is that a small island? And what level is it? 'Cause that could be easy. Okay, that's down here, and that's high level. So, we're not bothering with that just yet. We're not really to that level. Whom else? Boeotia, Masara. Where are those? That's this. That's a little high level for us. And Masara, that's kind of right on the edge of how high level we are. So I think we've kind of hit the limit of, you know, guys that we can kill right now. So we should probably just continue our quests and leave the cultists be for now. And we'll just... I mean, we already have access to a lot of good abilities. They're just... we can't get the final form of them just yet. This would be good, though. But let's see. We're doing well on most of this. We could get better fire, though we haven't been using that the last few fights. We've really just needed these two for most of fights thus far. But, let's see. Does this... it probably uses a adrenaline point, because most abilities do, even if they don't say they do. Get better toxin, get better fire, longer fire, which I do like fire. I like the poison. Revelation. Hero Strike seems good. I really want this one. That extra 50% could help against big bosses. But let's go for now with just fire mastery. Okay, and that will increase burning duration next. That's good. Alright, map. Actually, quests. Where are we going next for our main story? So we were sent then to the priest of Asclepios. It's in Argolis. Alright. That's here. Center of the Valley of Dreams. That's here. So I guess where all these quests are. That's pretty convenient. West of the military camp. Is that this? No. Must be one of these. But if it's one of these, then this is west of them. So let's teleport there and start doing quests, I guess. We don't have much longer on the stream, but we should be able to get a couple more quests done here. Especially because we're just popping into a very quest-dense area. It is taking its time to load this area, though. There we go. Alright, close to our target.
He's over there.
Okay, it's one of the ones that already has a quest for me. Oh, we have other targets.
There he is.
Wait, it's all just
I need to talk to him.
the quest givers already. Okay. I mean, I knew where the quest givers were. Thank you, game. Because you had big markers on them. As it was. But that's fine. Felicitations.
If you're here for your purification bath,
I am.
you'll have to come back another time.
Oh,
I'm here for
man.
information.
Oh, okay.
In that case, you can go straight to Hades.
I need to know about a Spartan
Well, isn't
woman
this guy
who
nice?
came through here many years ago.
Did that eagle of yours shit in your ears? I'm under strict orders not to talk to any mercenaries.
Well, you are now.
Especially not about Spartan women or injured babies.
I never mentioned the baby.
Think you're so smart? Many women pass through with babies. Now leave me. I have my own problems to deal with.
Maybe I can help you.
Snakes!
Snakes.
They're everywhere! Must have escaped from the Tholos. We keep them for treatments, but they invaded the bathhouse.
Oh, that's
The
no good.
snakes killed someone?
A patient was purifying himself when they slithered in. Turns out he's terrified of snakes. Fell over dead. Now the snakes have made him their home.
What if I took care of your snake problem? Would you talk to me then?
Oh, most definitely. The purification bath is crucial in the path towards healing.
Alright, how should I
I'll
get rid
clear
of
out
them?
these snakes in no time. Icarus could use a good feast.
Try not to kill them. The Rios will be furious if you sacred snakes get chopped to bits.
Then how am I supposed to deal with them?
Snakes are drawn to the bath's heat. Flood them with cold water, and they'll slither back to their hole. There's an underground pipe that may help you.
Okay, underground pipe. Cold water.
I'll take care of your snake problem.
Seems easy enough.
Then you'll tell me what I need to know.
Alright. Snakes. Oh, that's,
Okay. I can either kill them one by one,
it's a lot of snakes.
or flood them with cold water.
Underground pipe. How do we get underground? In here, maybe? Nope. It's definitely not underground. That goes to the bath, I think. So where would this pipe be? Is it over here? Or is this just another quest giver? This might be where the pipe connects to the water. Like here.
That's the pipe. Opening it should flood the bath and get rid of the snakes.
One can hope. So do it. Okay, good. And welcome back, unknown man. We're clearing out snakes. Because, you know, that's a worthy job for someone such as me. Let's just go and look. Hey, no snakes. And the guy is very dead. Good. I mean, not good for him, but good for us. Hi, I did your job for you. Also, you just had to hit a lever on a
And?
pipe.
Is the bathhouse free
I
of
don't know why you
snakes?
didn't do it.
I flooded the bathhouse with cold water.
Good riddance.
Well,
Well, what?
I took care of the snakes. Now you're going to tell me about the Spartan woman and the baby.
I actually don't know anything. Was before my time. The man who does know is Mivan, but he won't tell you. He won't tell anyone anything.
Is he the guy that died to the snakes? Hope not.
I like your snakes.
Yeah.
At least I got a name. Mivan.
That guy is on my cultist list now. If we ever see that guy again, he is being treated like a cultist and being shot down. Don't mind me. I'm just, you know, jumping around right on the back of the seat there. It's normal. Alright, now you. Are you Metis by any chance? Oh, the D&D session tomorrow night got canceled? That's unfortunate.
Greetings, young one. Come to offer Asclepios a sacrifice?
No.
No. But I'm searching for a Spartan mother who may have.
The great goddess Ira guides many mothers to the sacred place. Surely I'm too feeble to remember them all.
Well, she seems to stand out.
Stone slabs for?
These are records. We document all who pass through, their illnesses, treatments, so that the glory of Asclepios can be celebrated.
So you're telling me that you have
I don't
documentation?
need your memory. I just need to find the right stone.
Yes, of course. That's very wise indeed. If only I had the time to help you.
Oh, if only. Cat scratch fever? Oh, that is very unfortunate. I won't hurt you. I will hurt you. I mean, I'm not gonna hurt an old guy.
Listen, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just looking for my mater.
It's Chrysis. She's got every priest in the sanctuary under her thumb, and she'll squash anyone who feeds information to the Eagle Bearer.
Then don't tell me anything. Just bring me to the stone that can.
Follow me then. Quickly. We must be discreet.
Lead the way.
Alright. Alright, quest. Also, I like it was like, follow me quickly. And we just walk as slowly as is humanly possible.
Watching, they'll have my head.
We're literally not
What
even
kind
able
of
to walk at this
sanctuary
speed in the
isn't safe
game.
for its priests?
Times have changed, Eagle Bearer.
Alright. That was not very far.
I remember this tale. Written during the time of the great Elod revolt. You would have been only a child.
I don't need the history, just the details.
It tells the tale of a woman with worms in her throat. Asclepios took off her head so we could remove them, then reattached it in her sleep.
I don't think that's how that
Definitely
works.
not the right one. I wonder what Hippocrates would think of these treatments.
Hippocrates is a fine healer. Showed so much promise.
Showed? He's healing the sick right now.
He puts too much faith in his hands. and not enough in the gods.
I would say the
When it comes
opposite.
to life and death, I prefer hands. Are all the testimonies so outrageous?
Writers today, Thucydides, Euripides, the petulant Aristophanes, all of them try for realism. But what
What's
really
wrong with realism?
inspires is greatness, magic, gods.
I mean, I guess, but you know, it seems a little misleading.
This one tells the tale of a man with sword wounds. A pack of dogs licked him clean, and Eureka! A man's best friend indeed.
This is hopeless.
These stories give people hope, Eagle Bearer.
Well, I'm losing mine. Tell me about Chrysis.
A very powerful, dangerous woman. But it was not always so. She was abandoned here as a child and taken in by the priests. Taught the ways of the gods. She learned very quickly. Was very strong-willed. And before too long, it was the priests who listened to her. She was loved. But there's an anger in her heart that could not be soothed. So, when her methods turned to madness, anyone who opposed her got...
Got what?
Yeah, that's
I've
no
already
good.
said too much.
Maybe I need to take out this Chrysis person.
And what about this one? Let me guess. It tells the tale of a blind woman who had her eyes licked by snakes.
It reads of Sparta. Came here with child. Sought pity from the gods.
Why is most of it scratched out?
Oh, I'll just tell you. I know this one by heart. The Spartan woman arrived filthy and bleeding from her travels. We cared for her, gave her food, a bath, and she left. Where she went, I do not know. The child could not be saved.
Who does know where she
Unfortunate.
went?
We've been spotted. Meet me later, near the olive tree of Heracles, at the entrance of the sanctuary. I may have something for you.
And what do we have here? A priest and a mercenary out for a friendly stroll?
Exactly.
May the gods be with you, Plistos. I was just on my way to the archives when this Misthios bumped into me.
Is that so? And what were you both chatting about so fervently, might
Taxes.
I ask?
Sword wounds.
The good priest here was teaching me how to heal sword wounds.
Yes, sword wounds.
Oh, really? And what is the treatment for sword wounds, according to Timoxenos here?
Well, obviously have dogs
Dogs.
lick the wounds.
What about them?
You use dogs to lick the wounds clean.
Very good. Don't give away all our tricks, Timoxenos. Who will bring offerings to the gods when our patients learn to heal themselves?
No, of course not. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to.
See,
You
it's
have
important to
your
listen
treatment, Misthios.
to the,
Now please, leave
you
the
know,
sanctuary.
the lore of the conversations. You can't just blindly walk through the game. You actually need to remember things. So that one was not very hard to remember because it was like 2 minutes ago. But that's fine. So let's see. Northern part of the Valley of Dreams. So that's up here. Probably here. 'Cause it says the crossroads, olive tree. So I think that's that. Alright. We have our heading. Yeah, we probably need to take out this Chrysis person. Because, I mean, they seem to be causing issues for most people. And that's no good. That is a nice tree, though. I guess it would make sense that Hercules would,
The tree of Heracles.
you know, be...
That old priest, hiding by the tree.
He's not really hiding, he's just kind of standing here. But, you know, Temple of
I
Hera,
thank you for your
Hercules.
discretion, Eagle Bearer.
Makes sense.
Chrysis has many eyes and ears throughout the sanctuary.
What else can you tell me about the Spartan woman and child?
The woman left the child's blanket behind. We tried to return it, but it was too painful a memory for her.
Where did she go? What happened to the child?
So, Chrysis was right.
No.
You knew the rules, Timoxenos. You will suffer her wrath.
Plistos, please.
Get behind me, priest. I'll deal
Why is the
with
tree
these two.
moving? Also, would you excuse me? I'm in my, assassination gear right now. That's better. Oh, that's a lot of guys. Also, those are cult guys. They have a lot of health. Let me... Yeah. That should take that guy out. Oh, just barely not. Man, they have a lot of attacks.
One more good hit should do it. You don't look like...
They like to distance themselves.
The gods would be impressed by this display.
Man, why do you attack so fast? And they can't be interrupted. Those guys are not very fair to fight. We need to take them out a lot faster than we were. I was kind of just going about it very casually. Also, why were the guards, like, jumping in? It was priests, cultists, and then guards. That's 3, like, separate factions, I would hope. Well, let's try this again.
Wait!
You what? I didn't do anything I was supposed to do.
Good.
Was it because he blocked it? So shields make those just completely ineffective? That's not good. Oh, my brain was thinking too much Dark Souls. I was like, oh yeah, backstab. But backstabs do not exist in this. Okay, the Cult of Cosmos didn't show up this time. Those were the real danger here. Why did they show up the first time then? Unless there's a cult member right around here and they patrolled by, and that's why the Cult of Cosmos guards saw me. But I guess they're not here now.
Asclepios be praised. May the sick find peace.
Okay, what does the quest say? Ornstein and Smo. That's true. So was that the end of his thing? I guess so, because it's sending us to the last priest here. Okay. Well, see you later, dude. I'll just leave you here, I guess. Alright, we'll go talk to this last guy and then probably end stream once we're done with his quest. I don't know how long that's gonna be, though. Because, I mean, that quest was pretty extensive with all the walking and talking and killing guys. Then there was the Cult of Cosmos guys that were there but then disappeared. So we'll see.
Please help our daughter.
Same sickness as the rest. This is very troubling. May Asclepios spare her from suffering.
Will she live?
Not unless the gods heed our prayers. Many sick Athenians have arrived in Argolis recently, and very few have left.
That's no good.
This poor girl has the same sickness.
Is it the Black Plague?
Is there anything I can do to help?
I was warned of the Eagle Bearer. Wants nothing but drachmi for blood, I was told.
We're wasting time, priest. We can discuss what I want when this sick girl's needs are taken care of.
Her illness seems to have no cure, and it's spreading. Our sacrifices have done little to draw the attention of the gods.
That's
Pigs,
no good.
Goats, all have fallen on deaf ears. We need a beast whose blood will ignite these flames for Asclepios to see.
What did you have in mind?
There is a rumor of a bull with skin as white as snow roaming the sanctuary outskirts. Head west of here, towards the coast.
I mean,
bring it to me alive.
A pure
and we'll
white
offer a
bull
sacrifice
is
the
the
gods cannot
classic
ignore.
perfect sacrifice.
Untouched, you will help these people. But I know why you're really here. Chrysis made all priests swear oaths to seal our lips in the face of the eagle-bearing Mystios, or forfeit our lives. But I serve the gods and the sick. My oaths are to them.
I'll
Alright.
find this bull for you.
I'll get the bull. Apparently we need it live. Let's see. Northern part of Mount What's-Its-Face. Near the ruins. Where's the Mount What's-Its-Face? That's here. So I'm assuming that's the ruins, because that's in the mountain area and kind of in the northern portion. And it was roaming near ruins, so that has to be it. So we'll head there. Good thing it's so close by. Let's see. Let's get the horse in here. Hey, horsey. And let's do off-roading because I feel like there isn't going to be a road just leading directly to the thing. But yeah, let's find this target.
The white bull. Am I too late?
I hope not. Let's just ride right in there and obliterate these losers.
I should be careful. High security here.
We might be a little late. Also, how did no one see us? Is the new horse skin just that stealthy? Because I rode right past a guy, and he just didn't even bother with me.
Doesn't look like he died willingly. I'll take his heart for the sacrifice. It'll have to do. Oh, not the best feeling.
Interesting. You just already had it. Speed is stealth, I guess. I guess so. Yeah, kill bandit leader. Done. Free prisoners. Done, I guess. I don't know, this is the most speed run of a area I've ever done. Because I just ran in here to get the bull. And I didn't even scan the place.
This is enough. If they want the whole bull, they can come get it themselves.
Hey dude, are you an enemy by any chance? You do seem to be. Yeah, so that's where the rest of the enemies were. You know, that's not very nice, attacking me right out of the, you know, inventory. I can't really react when you do that. Alright, where's the other one? There you are. You forget where I was? I guess so. Alright. Oh, is that another one up there? Yeah, that's the one that saw me originally but did nothing. Oh, hi. Get stabbed. Oh, hi. You're also here, evidently. Also, where is this lion that I keep hearing? And also, these guys just keep coming out of the woodwork. Where are you? Exactly? You the him? Oh, okay. Kinda hard to see through the, you know, whole field of stuff. How about you just get one shot by this? Okay, thank you. Oh, look, it's a thing. I've been waiting for wherever you would come from. Just waiting for my 2 ability to come off cooldown. We can just, oh, we need some... Of course, you need adrenaline to get adrenaline. It's just like money. And yeah, I may end up liking Payday 2 if I ever play that. I have heard of the game. Oh, another lion. I lied. Alright, lion is dead. So, where's the last cage? I probably should have scanned the place. But I didn't. And then there's this guy. Hello, good sir. Are you an enemy by any chance? You seem to be. Let me just, you know, wait another second here. This. Okay, thank you for the adrenaline. Goodbye. Alright, where's this last person? I could just get the bird out here. Probably should, shouldn't I? Cause yeah, where's the last cage and where's the other stuff? Okay, there's the rooms. There's the cage. A little more spread out. It has 1,328 Steam achievements. Oh, what? That is a lot of achievements. I can't even imagine how big of a game it must be. Or maybe they just give you achievements for every little thing. Like, congratulations, you have opened the game. That means that you get 5 achievements. You know, 1 achievement for downloading the game, 1 achievement for buying the game, 1 achievement for opening the game, 1 achievement for playing it on Steam, whereas there's like different achievement for every, you know, different way that you could have played it. 60% of the achievements are from beating heists on different difficulties. Ah, that makes sense. It's kind of like in Killing Floor, where they have like 5 different achievements, or maybe 4 different achievements per level of just beating it on each difficulty. So that would make sense, depending on how many levels there are. Hello. Mind if I just stand here awkwardly while I bird this area? What's with the person in the cage, and who are you people? Thugs? I'm not a fan of thugs. Let me just, you know... Let me just assassinate these guys. This isn't even really a place with a... You know, an actual...
They trapped me!
They've trapped you, I can see that.
You are truly a hero.
No real reward for dealing with this place, but I did it. Just a few guys to kill. Cloakers? What even is that? Man, I need to catch up on the Payday lore, apparently. Because I thought it was just some wacky game about heists. What the heck is a cloaker? That sounds like something out of XCOM. I don't know. But, you know, I'm sure that it's all perfectly reasonable. Hey, dude, I have a big old bull heart.
Did you find the white bull?
Yes.
I couldn't bring it back alive. But
That
I
don't
did
say that.
manage to collect its heart.
This won't be enough to please Asclepios. The beast died unwillingly, and with just a heart, we'll only be able to pray for one life.
Please, Mythios. The white bull you killed was mine.
I didn't kill
My
it.
farm feeds half of our lease. If I die, people will starve.
I beg you! My husband was killed by the sickness. I have 2 small children. Who will take care of them if I die? I am wealthy and will pay you for this blessing.
It's okay. Give the sacrifice to them.
You did this. You choose whose prayers get heard by the gods.
The bull was dead when I got there. It's not my choice. I'll go revive one of the frickin' bandits that killed the bull and bring them here and they can make the decision. Alright? But if you think about this logically, then, I mean, I don't know who her parents are exactly, but in the end, you're old. You're not as old, but much older than her. So if you think about it, based on just number of years that you are saving, then obviously her would be the
I know what
obvious
it's like
answer.
to be small and forsaken. Pray for the girl.
You'll regret this.
Yeah, I didn't kill your bull, my guy.
Not an easy choice, Mystios, but it's been made. The rest is in the hands of the gods.
I did my part, priest.
The Spartan woman you're after.
You've met her?
Her visit to the sanctuary is legendary, but sadly, it was before my time.
Those
The
cloakers
man
do
who won
sound
this
a little
needle, the elder
terrifying.
priest, he spoke of her often. That is, before he cut out his tongue.
Cut out his tongue?
That's
When
why
he's not healing the
he's
sick,
not talking to
he's
people.
in the guest house. Spends a lot of time being tended to by the servants.
Thank you. I won't forget you helped me.
And these people won't forget you helped them.
Alright, see ya. I don't know, do you think I would have been able to bring the bull alive if I did some certain thing? I don't know, maybe if I did the quests in a different order, then the bull might have been alive, but I don't think so. That seems to be rather scripted. It was doomed, yeah. But I don't like that the guy just assumed that I was the one that killed the bull. Like, the way that I said it made it sound like that, but come on. Because, like, I was just like, I couldn't bring it back alive. That sounds like I killed it. How about you say what really happened, which is... Do they have a problem?
Careful.
I don't think so.
Don't want to be caught here.
But yeah, I could just say, you know, hey, I went there, the bull was dead when I arrived. I brought back its heart, though. Like, you know, that would be a lot better than making it sound like I killed it. But anyways, it is at 3 hours, so I shall now skedaddle off into the sunset, and we'll be back to this. Let's see. How many levels we get today? A lot, actually. Yeah, 2 full levels. That's really good. So, that is good. We did a lot of good progress today. And we'll end the stream for now. And yeah, we'll be back to this tomorrow with plenty of good quests to do and enemies to kill. And that will be quite good. And yes, I would like to play some games. I could just eat later. I assume you have until 7, like last time, which for me would be 4 o'clock. But, anywho, I'm gonna end the stream now. You contact me on Discord, and we'll get that going. So, see you guys around. Goodbye.